Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining this session. My name is Isabel. I am an event planner for The Reactor, joining you live from Sydney, Australia. Before we begin, we have a quick housekeeping. Take a moment to consider our code of conduct. We are committed to fostering a welcoming, inclusive, and supportive environment for both our audience and presenters. While we absolutely encourage engagement in the chat, please let's keep our comments respectful and constructive throughout the session. Drop your questions in the chat. We'll be keeping an eye out for questions throughout the session for the presenters and answering live. Our session is being recorded and will be available to view on demand within 24 to 48 hours right here on the Microsoft Reactor YouTube channel. This session is called Data Factory Connector, Lifecycle, and Upgrade. And I am delighted to hand over the spotlight to our amazing presenters, Jen Lei and Linda, who are a Principal Product Manager and a Senior Product Manager. So let's give them a warm virtual round of applause. Take it away, guys.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining this session. So in today's session, I have Jen Lei with me. We are from the data integration team of Microsoft Fabric. And in today's session, we'd like to share with you some innovation we did in connectivity area for Data Factory in Microsoft Fabric. So let's get started. And before we start this session, I'd also like to share that this session is part of the Reactor series for Data Factory in Microsoft Fabric. We have a bunch of sessions planned for this upcoming months. And you can see from this is the glance view. And we also have the aka.ms link that you can learn more from there. And for all those sessions, we'd like to share with you different capabilities that we offer for Data Factory in Fabric. And also, we offer the series we have two series to cover different time zones that you may in. So check this out, and you can register the sessions that work best for you. In addition, as mentioned, all those sessions the recording will be available on the YouTube, so you can check that out offline as well. Then let's get started for today's session. As usual, we'll start with the Microsoft Fabric. You may already using the Microsoft Fabric, but for those that are new to this service, Microsoft Fabric is really a unified data platform for AI transformations. It offers you all the different capabilities that you may need when dealing with data, all the way from data integration, data engineering, data warehouse, databases, real-time analytics, and Power BI reporting, all etc. That it offers all those capabilities for you to get the data, transform the data, reporting the data, all that you may need. And all those workloads are centered around the One Lake as well in the Fabric platform. So One Lake, you may heard the term that is the OneDrive of data, that you can store all your enterprise data inside the One Lake. And on top of that, different workloads can just work against that single copy of data to further help you do the data analytics or do the reporting and to derive the insights from all those data. In addition, all those mentioned capabilities are integrated with the AI to really help you accelerate the task to be done to do those data analytics workloads. And all those are governed by Microsoft Purview as well. And in today's session, we're going to talk about more about the Data Factory part offered in Microsoft Fabric. So move to the next slide. So Data Factory in Microsoft Fabric provides you the rich data integration capabilities. Some of you may already using the Azure Data Factory or the Azure Synapse Analytics on the past service. So Data Factory in Fabric bring those existing capabilities onto Fabric. In addition, it also provides the self-service data preparation capabilities with Power Query, which is also a familiar stack that is offered across different services as well. So all those combined, Data Factory in Fabric is really an integrated SaaS platform for data integration needs, and it provides the no-code, low-code, or pro DI capabilities that you can do those data integration needs. And those are integrated with Copilot, and also we offer some open source integration as well. And as we double click into the Data Factory capabilities in Microsoft Fabric, the next slide. So Data Factory provides a rich set of the built-in first-class connectivities to help you really connect to different data sources that you may have in your enterprise, all the way across file-based data stores, databases, NoSQL stores, SaaS applications, others sitting in the cloud, on-prem, in virtual network, multi-cloud, or etc., to really help you connect to different data sources for different data integration needs or data analytics need. And Data Factory provides the data movement, orchestration, transformation capabilities as well on top of those different connectors. And as we double click into those areas of capabilities in next slide. So for different of those different areas, we provide different sub-items as well. For example, for data movement, we offer the copy job, which is a really easy way for you to move data from any source to any destination. And we also offer the copy activity in data pipeline that with more configurations available to also move the data around. Those are for the data movement. And for orchestration, we have the pipeline, which you can design a sequence of the data task of workflows with flexibility, like you can do the data copy, do data transformation. There are also control flow activities to branch. Also, there are notifications to, for example, send emails, etc. available inside the pipelines, and you can orchestrate that to run on a schedule or on demand. In addition, we also offer the Apache Airflow job, which is the open source. If you already have that open source footprint, then Data Factory in Microsoft Fabric can help you orchestrate that as well. And also for transformation front, we have the Dataflows Gen2 that has the built-in transformations, a rich set of built-in transformations available for you to do that ELT or ETL job. Also, if you prefer to use notebook, we also have the notebook integration that you can invoke a notebook from Data Factory pipeline as well. And all those, we know that it's very important for you to really manage that in an enterprise-grade offering. So all those have the Git integration for source control, and also we provide the CI/CD offerings. For example, there are deployment pipeline integration, so we can propagate those configurations from across different environments, from dev to test to production, or etc. It also provides rich observability capabilities, like you can monitor all those different jobs that running across different items, and with insight on the execution details for you to check more execution insights, and also to diagnose any issues. So all those integrations are running on top of one lake and powered by AI as well. And as the title of this session, we're going to talk about the best in-class connectivity first. So Data Factory in Fabric provides 170 plus built-in connectors across file, database, NoSQL, SaaS service, and also we provide native integration with many Microsoft Fabric items like Lakehouse, Warehouse, SQL database, or etc. In addition to those built-in connectors, which is built by Microsoft or certified from third party, we also have the custom connectors, that 1,000 customer connectors that are built by customers, used for self-use, that is built through our connector SDKs. So for the data sources that are not yet available as the built-in connectors, you can also develop your own connector on top of our connectivity infra and SDK, so as to serve your own business need. And while we already offer a bunch of the connectors, I'd also like to share with you the connector roadmap. So here is a glance view. This is to give you more idea. On the left-hand side, those are the different connector enhancement or new connectors available that we added in the past few months. So you can see that we added a bunch of the new connectors into the data pipeline and Dataflows Gen2. So you can check the list here for different type of the connectors. We also adding those based on the customer feedback we got to address the most common needs. In addition, on the right-hand side, we also list some of the connectors that are coming soon, which we are actively working on those or planned. So you can anticipate those coming into the Data Factory in Microsoft Fabric in the near future. So in addition to a list of connectors that is listed here, we are also adding some additional, like the common authentication types that are being frequently asked by the customers, or etc. And this is not the exhaustive list. In addition to the new connectors, we also keep enhancing the existing connector capabilities to improve this, enrich this its functionality, to improve the performance, and to address the feedback as well. So keep that in mind as the connector roadmap, but also stay tuned for our future announcement for any connector improvements. So when we talk about a connector, it's not alone. So connector is actually used across different workloads that we offer in Data Factory and even beyond. So all the things start with configuring a connection, connect to that data store, and also to really configure how to get data from the data source or write it into that. So we provide a consistent get data experience in Microsoft Fabric, which is available in pipeline like copy activity or in copy job, in Dataflow, and even other workloads in Microsoft Fabric as well. So inside that get data experience, you can create new connections to the data source or choose an existing connection that you may have, or you can directly point to Fabric item through the OneLake catalog. Then you can just directly point to that, then configure the subsequent work task that to get data from it or write data to that. So we continue improving this get data experience to make sure that you can get through this configuration steps as easy as possible and make that experience really seamless for you when you interact with different connectors. In addition to that, when we talk about connecting to a data source, there are a bunch of surrounding capabilities that is very important to you that we definitely hear from you. One thing is the enterprise security features. As of available today, we provide trusted workspace access, so you can trust the workspace to access your data store in a secure manner. And also another thing that we got from you is about the credential-free authentication types, which is the workspace managed identity authentication. So we are working on this support so as to provide you the service-to-service authentication that can really be helpful or asked by many customers for especially the operationalized workflows. And in addition to that, you may have the data source in different environments, hosted in multi-cloud or sitting behind a firewall or even on-premise. So we provide the flexibility to connect to that data sources securely across different environments. So there are components called virtual network data gateway or on-prem data gateway that different options for you to connect to data sources behind firewall or sitting on-prem. And just in the Fabric conference, we announced the public preview for VNet gateway support for pipeline like copy activity and also for copy job as well. So those capabilities is now handy to you that you can just use that in the production Microsoft Fabric. If we move to the next slide. Another very frequently asked feature is about the Azure Key Vault integration. So Azure Key Vault is really the service that helps you enterprise customers to really consolidate and govern all the credentials. This is very important for you to manage the credentials for each data sources you may want to connect to. So this is the AKV integration is something we're working on as well. And in fact, I will announce the sneak peek. And that's for you as well in the near future. So in that way, when you configure the connections to the data sources across different workloads, then you can just point to a secret or a certificate that you already have in the Azure Key Vault. Then the copy or the flow copy job or etc. will just grab the credential from AKV when it is executed. So just expect that feature coming soon as well. Another thing very important we hear from you is about the performance or move the data efficiently across from any data sources to any destinations. So Data Factory in Microsoft Fabric really provides you the petabyte scale data movement capabilities to move the data efficiently with ease and being cost effective. So it is available across when you move data across different type of data sources. And you can see from the GIF showing up in this slide, when you run the copy activity, you can see the detailed execution insights as well to see the performance insights and also to help you diagnostic any performance bottleneck that you may have to further improve that when you run that copy activities. And it's available as of today as well. So next thing I'd like to share is the copy job item. So we understand that moving data from any source to any destination is very important, and we really want to make that handy for you and make that experience really easy for you to config. So we move that copy job item as a top level item for in the Data Factory in Microsoft Fabric. So you can now just create a copy job and easily configure the batch data movement or even for both the snapshots or the incremental data changes through the copy job to move the data around efficiently. And this capability is just announced generally available in the Fabric conference. So you can just directly go to the Microsoft Fabric and use that. So we want to ensure that the experience is very simple and very easy for you to config. And all the Data Factory will manage that automatically to move the data at scale and make that performant for you. So next, I'd like to show you a quick demo about the copy job, which also will demonstrate all what we talked about the different connectors available in Data Factory and also the Get Data Wizard that is really simple for you to find the data and connect to that. So let's play a demo of that.
Right from my Data Factory homepage, I'll create a new artifact to kick off the data copy process. After naming it, you might notice this beautiful UI. This is the new modern Get Data experience. If you haven't seen it before, we have modernized our Get Data experience so everything is really easy to navigate. And directly from this experience, I can pick the lakehouse to move data from, and another lakehouse in a different workspace as a destination. And just like that, it is easy moving data across workspaces. How awesome is that? This copy job has an even more exciting feature, the ability to perform incremental data loads. This means you can update your data in near real time every time there's a change. Let me show you how to enable incremental data loading with this copy job. I have created a new copy job item and I got some sales data on an on-premises SQL server, and I don't want to load it every time. I'll connect to an on-prem SQL server and I'll select the database and choose the tables I want to copy over. Then, for this example, I'll land my data into another SQL database as a data destination. Now I'll choose a data movement type, either a full batch copy or an incremental copy. Let's go with the incremental by specifying the watermark column for each table. As soon as we kick off the process, the copy job from our external SQL Server database to the other SQL database begins. Within a few seconds, you can see an initial snapshot of my tables copied over. From there, subsequent copies only transfer the changes, which save both time and resources. For instance, if I go back to my SQL Server, I'll go and insert a couple of rows to the customers table, and only those 2 rows will be copied into the next run. When I check back in my copy job, I can see those 2 rows have been incrementally loaded in. We can also manage advanced configurations like read-write behaviors, partitions and latency, and monitor the job status through throughput and data volumes. While incrementally copying tables is impressive, we can do the same with file systems too, from any source to any destination. In my Amazon S3 bucket, I have a bunch of product images that contain large amounts of product images. I've set up a new copy job to incrementally copy these images from my S3 bucket into my Fabric Lakehouse. And in just a few seconds, those images have successfully made their way into one lake. If I navigate to my Lakehouse, you can see all my product images in their specific folders right there. And now often, we have images being added to our product catalog, and I don't want to keep on copying those images from S3 over to my Lakehouse. I have a new folder, number 20, with 10 images that I need to be added to my catalog that I want to incrementally load into Fabric. Watch how easy this is. I'll simply drag and drop the folder with these images into my S3 bucket. Now, if we navigate back to my copy job, you'll see that the new images have already been incrementally added in. And just like that, I can open them right in my Lakehouse instantly.
This is a quick demo for copy job to give you more idea. And also in the latest announcement for that copy job, we also announced more capabilities added there, like the additional connectors available there, public API, CI/CD support, or added copy job, or etc. So you can check out our latest announcement to learn more. Well, we'll talk about the breadth of the connectivity options that it provides in Data Factory and the top workloads that utilize these connectors for data integration needs. So for next part of the session, we'd like to share more about how we really offer those connectors with reliability, security, and make those align with the latest standard in the industry to really empower you to utilize those connectors for your data integration needs. I will hand over to Jianlei to talk more about those.
Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you for the great introduction on the Microsoft Fabric as well as the connectivities in the Data Factory workload. So next, let me take all of you to have a deep dive on the connector lifecycle and upgrade stories. So basically the great value that we want to bring to everyone of using the connectivities in the Data Factory is to empower every single users to be able to connect to any data sources with reliability, security, and also catch up with the latest industry standard and techniques from the market, which I know those three core requirements are requested by many of the customers who are using the connectors, especially from the big enterprise customers. So with that, let's take a look at how we are going to introduce the lifecycle on how Microsoft, as well as Microsoft Fabric, focus on to making sure that we provide the most secure and connectors. We also want the users to be able to move their data from any source to any sink with the fastest, the best performance that we can provide so that it can minimize the cost from the user's perspective. And also in addition to that, we would also allow the users to be able to fully manage and have a predict way I pipeline in my workload to adapt to the new features or adapt to the new connectors without any interruption. Lifecycle will give the users a full management on when and plan and come up with a better plan to for the upgrades based upon their business needs. And also, because we work from a connector perspective, we work very closely with different data providers. We also want to make sure that the service we provide within the connectivity can help our users to run with their pipelines and their data movement transformation job without any disturbance that is brought by the different data providers. That means that we are trying our best to provide that life cycle and help users or business users to manage their pipelines in a manageable cadence so that it could minimize the business interruption directly from different data source providers. So with those benefits and values, we are here to introduce the life cycle story and help everyone here to understand how users can upgrade their features or security enhancements or performance enhancement from the connector, and also making. So let me introduce how the connector life cycle story looks like. First of all, we will have a major version, and then we will have minor version. Of course, we will have patch within a single connector type. For major and minor version, we will usually introduce that new version due to different reasons. For example, the one I listed here is that when we will have, for example, the protocol change, which was those providers, because the data providers would like to upgrade their, for example, the driver version or API versions to a higher version. So with that change underneath the connectors, we will introduce that new features or the fix with the major or minor version. And then there is also cases that we receive from many customers that will continuously deliver the enhancements to a existing connector to improve the data integrity. For example, there is one case that the customers is requesting for a very for preserving the precision and scale from the data source when ingesting data into the sink. In that way, due to different reasons, we want to deliver that enhancements into an existing connector. We will introduce that enhancement through the way of introducing a minor version, for example. Of course, there will be some patch we do, but that basically does not require any user actions because the service will do that patch, including some minor or some minor bug fixes. So with that, when we're talking about the life cycle, of course, cycle with different release stage, including, for example, we will review to get sufficient customer feedbacks and to get validated, and then after we collect in sufficient data, the quality criteria, etc., we will then go through to get sufficient validations from different business stakeholders. For the connector lifecycle from the beginning to the end, we're making sure that the connector lifecycle will at least last for more than 1 year, so that the customers can have plenty of time to manage features and all of that is to making sure that the customers can have a can always leverage and utilize the most secure 1 years. So those are so for if you find a connector and which you are leveraging a upgraded version options for you. So those are the steps that you might think it and take it as your upgrade guidance. The recommendation is always cycle for a connectors, as well as of course its impact version. What will be the release plan for this new connectors, and what will be the for example the plan with a is all available from our public doc, and as well we impact as well as help you to plan this that you currently have or will have. So of course, you can start, many of the customers start to upgrade starting from the test and validation in their by the upgrade experience. We also provide upgrade tours in our Data Factory service, so that you can take advantage of all those materials, which we will share later on. So the vision is always, please use and leverage the latest version of the connectors after you have fully tested and validate the functionality. We can help every customers to upgrade easily and with this version versus that version, etc., etc. And we also community, or any community that you can reach out to us. We have a team that is actively monitoring the feedbacks on the community so that we can respond in our earliest. First case is popular connector that we provide the version announce the deprecation of username and password authentication in the Azure Data Factory, and we are also delivering Fabric Data Factory, including Pipeline and Dataflows Gen2. Those are the very critical because we also working with the data provider here is Snowflake together to ship upon that. This is also the latest techniques that we want the users to be able to take full advantage. These are not exhaustive list of what we have shipped in Snowflake version 2.0, but we are continuously to adding more and the 6.0 and support. Another case is Salesforce connectors. So we have been monitored, or we have received customers, to be honest. We eventually have a chance to introduce another version of the Salesforce connector, which is based upon the latest Salesforce API, more powerful, supported by the new API. Another great example of new connectors, while the customers has upgraded to this new connectors that in the Data Factory portfolio, Oracle connectors. So we have also introduced the Oracle connector version 2 in last month. This actually has included a long list of the improvement and also we have enhanced the support from security-wise that this version 2.0 has support here as when information transformed through the internet can be protected with this latest industry protocol. And of course, we have this is another customer requirement which has been requested for a while, is to support Oracle Wallet features. The native support to that is that the customers who are using the latest version, like for Oracle, for Snowflake, actually from supportability wise, you will get more prompt or immediate support from Microsoft side, because or more like bug fix or enhancements in a much shorter turnaround time compared with the early ones. So next, please let me play gives pretty much the similar value, but give you
Demonstrate the Oracle V2 connector in ADF. Let me first give a brief introduction. The Oracle V2 connector is implemented based on Oracle's official native .NET data provider. Aimed to bug maintain today.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us from home. I believe we are having some technical difficulties with one of our amazing speakers. So what I will do for now is wrap up the session a little bit early, and I will ask her to kindly please send us a version of her part. So no worries, guys. You will be able to see this version of the session fully edited with good audio and good visuals in about 2 to 3 days, hopefully by the end of the week. But, you know, technology can be a little bit unpredictable sometimes. But we want to thank you once again for joining us, for giving us some of your time. I don't know about you, but I have definitely experienced some technical difficulties with Wi-Fi, as I'm sure our speaker Jianlei is doing today. So I will wrap up the session. Like one of our speakers, Linda, said, you can also register to the rest of the series. You are also able to watch some of our previous Data Factory in Microsoft Fabric series from the past. But thank you so much, guys. And like I said, this session will hopefully be up, fully edited with no audio or visual issues in about 4 days, the latest. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.